The hero of the ruling class is a paranoid schizophrenic. Naturally, it's a comedy, and it stars one of the cinema's great professional Irishmen, Peter O'Toole. Not only is our hero a member of the British aristocracy, but he also believes he's Jesus Christ. Our hero knows he's God because whenever he talks to God, he finds he's talking to himself. But he's a likable chap. He and the movie even break out into the occasional show tune. To say that this satire is heavy handed misses the point entirely. It's relentless in its savage attack on the British aristocracy. Based on the play by Peter Barnes, this 1972 release was not a tonic for the times, which were very bleak indeed. But for Debbie and me, this was our movie. We were two bright young kids who got married way too early. As a consequence, to our family and friends, we seemed not just immature, but perhaps a little troubled as well. But that only drew us closer together. We didn't identify with the O'Toole character in this movie, but we both understood what it felt like to be an outsider, to be thought of as different, perhaps even a little crazy, as one of my brothers thought. But no, we weren't. Having an artistic temperament in a working class family, well, that can be off putting to all concerned. Fortunately, we were of Irish descent, pig headed and strong willed, and there was himself up on the screen taking the mickey out on the Brits and religion as well. And in that latter regard, the movie did speak to us. We saw The Ruling Class at the Ascot Theater, the Bronx's very own art house movie theater. It was winter in New York, dark and cold, but it didn't matter. We were out and about, on a date, ourselves alone. Now, a word or two about peerage. The five ranks of British nobility, in descending order, are Duke, Marquis, Earl, Viscount, and Baron. Square-jawed British character actor Harry Andrews plays Ralph Gurney, the 13th Earl of Gurney, who dies accidentally by auto asphyxiation, which means his paranoid schizophrenic son, Jack Gurney, is to become the 14th Earl of Gurney. You know, the one who thinks he's Jesus Christ. His uncle Charles plans to rob him of his birthright by having Jack marry his own mistress in hopes of producing an heir and then locking Jack up in an institution somewhere. But Grace, Uncle Charles's mistress, falls in love with Jack. Coral Brown plays Lady Claire, Uncle Charles's wife, who sleeps with Jack's psychiatrist and later even comes on to Jack himself. You know, if my family acted this way, I'd be a little paranoid also. The only friend that Jack seems to have is the butler, played by Arthur Lowe, who fancies himself a communist secret agent buried within the aristocracy to bring it down from within. Such is life in service. But just when things seem hopeless, a cure is found when our hero is submitted to a grueling session of shock therapy featuring Nigel Green as the Electric Christ. And that's one Christ over the line, sweet Jesus. That brings our hero down from his cross all right, and that's no joke. He has his own cross to bear, and he even sleeps on it. After the shock therapy, aside from a slight stutter, Jack seems perfectly normal. Except now, he's been transformed into Jack the Ripper. But to his family, he seems perfectly normal. Jack, our hero, soon roams the countryside, murdering all those who strike his fancy. The police, of course, bend a figurative knee to his lordship and arrest the butler instead. Noblesse oblige, indeed. But then later, after a harrowing scene depicting his investiture in the House of Lords, Jack returns home to murder his wife, whom he dearly loved when he was merely Jesus Christ. But now, as Jack the Ripper, he is indeed the Lord of the Manor. Actors love the play this movie is based upon, and what actor wouldn't? To transition from Christ Almighty to the devil incarnate, all with Irish wit and British tailoring, well, that's a Faustian compact if I've ever heard one. Not surprisingly, O'Toole was nominated for an Oscar. The producers behind The Ruling Class, and O'Toole was one of them, knew this movie wouldn't turn much of a profit, if any. Yes, it's funny, but only in spurts. And to say it's unsettling is something of an understatement. But when it's over, you know you've seen something. And that last scene will belt you right out of the movie theater. See you around the estate.